Yo guys, what's up, it's Krypz, and today I'm going to be showing you all some Halo themed fashion sets. Now since the launch of Halo Infinite, I've seen a bunch of different sets based off the franchise, so I went ahead and had a fashion competition in my Discord, and in this video I'm going to be going over all the best sets from those submissions. There was no limit to how many sets you could post, so you will see some people with multiple winning sets. Now I will leave some timestamps on screen if you want to skip ahead, as there are going to be sets based off characters and enemies from the franchise. So yeah, just let me know what your favourite set is in the comments below, and without further delay, it's time to get straight into the sets. So I'm firstly going to be going over the Master Chief set, as this is the most iconic character as well as the most popular. Now I've gone ahead and picked out 4 sets which I really liked from the submissions, and after I show these sets I'll pick 2 winners which I'll go more in depth and show what they're using. So the first set I picked was from Dawson with some great presentation, and the set was really accurate to Chief himself. There were multiple great screenshots that you provided, and it's just an outstanding set overall. Then the next set I picked was from Mouse, another Titan set quite similar with the Christ Queen as well, although providing some other alternatives for the arms and also the chest plate. Then the third pick goes to Crispy with this really nice look using the Brave Titan helm, and using more heavy plated pieces giving a different look to the other Chief sets. And then the fourth and final pick was from MonkeySnail. Now this set was based off Chief in the Halo 5 trailer, and I think he did a fantastic job making your hunter look like Master Chief. Now out of the 4 sets I picked, I chose 2 of them to be in the winning sets, and these winning sets go to Dawson and MonkeySnail. Now before we look at both of their sets, I just want to say congratulations Mouse and Crispy for making it into the mentions. Now the first winning set we're going to be looking at is from Dawson. Now if you didn't know, Dawson was actually the winner for the Threads of Light. Their set was the Titan using the Wormgod Caress, so congratulations again on winning the Threads of Light. But anyways, looking more at their Chief set is just as amazing with some fantastic presentation. I just love how you replicated the Halo Infinite backgrounds in Destiny 2. It is a really nice way to present your set. Now moving on to the pieces they used, the helmet here is the Christ Queen helm, and you can get this helm from the Beyond Light expansion. Then the arms are the Hardcase arms, which are a rare armor piece. The chest plate is the Tangled Web plate from the Tangled Shore loophole. The boots are the Peacekeeper's exotic from more drops, and then the mark is the Moonfan mark from the Prophecy dungeon. Now as for shaders, you want to use Base Salt Toxic on the helmet, and then Wayfarer's Guise on the rest of the set. Now unfortunately you can no longer get Base Salt Toxic, as this was from the Festival of the Lost, and as for Wayfarer's Guise, this is the shader that can sometimes be sold in the Brighter store. So yeah, as well as the presentation, the set itself is fantastic. I love how you use the Tangled Web plate, as this is really accurate to the shape and the height of Master Chief's chest plate. And then the use of the Peacekeeper's exotic, which is a fantastic choice for any of you trying to create a Halo set. If it's Master Chief, an ODST set, any of it, it really works well with these boots. And also the reason why they use Base Salt Toxic on the helmet rather than using Wayfarer's Guise is because Base Salt Toxic creates more of an orange glow on the helmet, allowing it to pair better with Chief's visor colour. So yeah, congratulations Dawson on winning, and let me know what you think of this set in the comments below. Now looking at the second winning submission, as you could see, an awesome look based off the Halo 5 trailer. So starting off with the pieces they used, the helmet here is the Competitive Spirit from the Guardian Games event, the arms are the Alphys Embrace exotic, the chest plate is the Virulent Vest from the Eververse archive, the boots are the Interlaced boots from the Season of the Splicer pass, and then the cloak is the Wildwood cloak from EDZ packages. Now as for shaders, you want to use Raw Ida Crace on the helmet, Old Growth on the arms, Petiolora Growth on the chest plate, Wayfarer's Guise on the boots, and then Lawful Neutral on the cloak. Now unfortunately most of these shaders are no longer obtainable, with Petiolora Growth coming from the shader bundle in the Eververse archive, and also Wayfarer's Guise being sold this season in the Brighter store. Now as well as this set, they also showed some weapons to go with it. So we have the Distant Relation with Amethyst Veil, and this looks to be a reference to the DMR. Then we have the Translation Theory with Gambit Chrome, which I assume is a reference to the Magnum. All these pieces really supporting that Master Chief Chief look. Now the only thing I'd say about the set itself is that you should probably try and find some different boots, as they do look like a little bit of a different tone of green. But other than that, fantastic job making your hunter look like Master Chief. So yeah, they're pretty much what I thought were the best Master Chief sets in the submissions. I'm actually quite surprised that no one went with the Severance Enclosure Exotic, as I think this is a great choice for you Titans wanting to look like Master Chief. And for any of you needing a shader to help with this look, then I would recommend Petiolora Growth. This is a shader you can get right now from the shader bundle, and it's easily one of the best ones you can use for this look. But anyways, congratulations Dawson and MonkeySnail again on winning, and now it's time to move on to the Red vs Blue sets. So now we're going to be looking at the sets based off Red vs Blue, which if you didn't know started off as a machinima series and was about two teams, Red Team and also Blue Team, and I do highly recommend checking out the first few seasons if you haven't seen them. Now just like with the Master Chief sets, I picked 4 sets from the submissions and then 2 winners out of those sets. So starting off with the first set I picked, it was from Mouse, and as you could see they have a really well made Halo based Titan set, and then simply providing a shader for Red Team and then another shader for Blue Team. Then the next pick goes to Remy with a very similar idea to Mouse, but instead making the sets for the Hunter, and as you could see they are using the Lux Helm, which is a perfect helm to use if you want to replicate the EVA look. Then next we have Turbo Killing with a set based off Caboose, which is a character from the Red vs Blue series. And the main thing I really like about this set is the fact that you managed to create this on the Hunter. It would have been easier to replicate this set on a Titan, however you took a challenge with this and made this look really damn good. And then the final pick goes to Broadsword 115 with the Meta, which is another character from the series, and as you can see they did it on their Titan. The pieces themselves are great, although on some pieces the shader is a bit different. Now to the 4 sets, I picked 2 winners which go to Mouse and also Turbo Killing. You all did an amazing job on your sets, although I felt that Mouse and Turbo Killing were closest to reference. Now we're going to be looking more at the winning sets, starting off with Mouse. So as for the pieces they used, the helmet is the Brave Titan Helm, the arms are the Hardcase Brawlers which is a rare item, the chest plate is the Sunbreak Plate from the Eververse Archive, the boots are the Peacekeeper's Exotic from World Drops, and then the mark is the Virtuous Mark from the Season of Dawn Pass. Now for Red Team, the shader you want to use is Crucible Prestige. Now unfortunately this shader is no longer obtainable, and then as for Blue Team you want to use Bold Statesman, which is a shader from the Forsaken expansion. But yeah, congratulations Mouse on this really awesome set, and now it's time to move on to the second winner. So this is Turbo Killing's Caboose set. Now as for the pieces they used, for the helmet is the Couturier Mask Ornament, which is from the Season of the Splicer Eververse, the arms are the Lux Sleeves Ornament from the Eververse Archive, the chest plate is the Holdfast Vest from the Season of Arrivals, the boots are the Nemean Strides from this season's Eververse, and then the cloak is the Lectus Cloak from the Season of the Chosen Pass. Now as for shaders, you want to use Cargular Bristle on the helmet and cloak, and then New Pacific Sync on the rest of the set. Now unfortunately New Pacific Sync is no longer obtainable, although Cargular Bristle is from the shader bundle and the Eververse Archive. So yeah, it's overall a pretty good look. If you are trying to recreate Caboose though, I would recommend doing it on a Titan or even a male hunter. And for this set in particular, what I'd recommend doing is trying to find some alternative boots, as these, although they're not terrible, give off more of a royal look. And if you're wondering why they use the Couturier Mask as well as the Lectus Cloak, it's because this combo actually gets rid of the cloak completely. So congratulations to all of you on your sets, and let me know what you think of them in the comments below. So now I'm going to be going over the Emile Sets, which is a character from Halo Reach, and even if you haven't heard of this character before, you would have at least seen his very iconic helmet, the EVA with the skull scratched in. Now there were 3 sets in particular which I really liked from all the submissions, and these sets are from Just Dragon, Turbo Killing, and also Mooseman. Now something that's great about each of these sets is the fact that they incorporated that nice vibrant red on the right armor plate, and the Titans using Armamentarium is a great choice, displaying some grenades on the chest plate. And then as for Mooseman's set, although they couldn't go with Armamentarium, they went with Wildwood, which also gives a nice look of grenades as well. Now I have chosen one winner out of these submissions, and it goes to Just Dragon. I felt that their set was the most accurate to the reference. Now as for the pieces they used, the helmet here is the Simulator Helm, which is currently dropping from Legendary Engrams. The arms are the Krypz gauntlets from Beyond Light. The chest plate is the Armamentarium Exotic. The boots are the Phobos Warden Greaves from the Vanguard Weekly, and then the mark is the Ancient Apocalypse mark, which Yahr is going to sell at some point during the season. Now as for shaders, you want to use Testudo on the helmet, Conflagrate on the arms, Vintage Timber on the chest plate, and then Amethyst Veil on the boots. Now unfortunately most of these shaders are no longer obtainable, with Vintage Timber possibly returning in the Solstice of Heroes, and Amethyst Veil dropping from Eververse Engrams, and it can also sometimes be sold in the Bright store. So yeah, as well as the set being a great match with the reference, you also managed to use different armor pieces and shaders on every piece, so congratulations on your entire set and winning the Halo submissions. Now moving on, there were a few sets based off George from Halo Reach, and as you could see from Dawson and also Turbo Killing, they did a fantastic job making their own sets based off the character. Now there is no better helm that you can use for a George look than Krypz, so I'd highly recommend using this if you want to make this set yourself. Now both of these sets vary in the other pieces they use, with Dawson using the Braytech arms as well as the Carrack type chest plate, and then Turbo Killing using the Dragonfly Regalia arms with the Krypz chest. Now I do want to point out that Turbo Killing is on a female Titan, which does make the Krypz chest much slimmer and smaller, but out of the two sets I felt that Dawson's was more accurate in both pieces and shaders, and that is why I made Dawson's the winning set. Now looking more into Dawson's set and the pieces they used, the helmet here like I mentioned is the Krypz helm, and you can get this from the Beyond Light expansion. The arms and boots are from the Braytech set, which Yahr is going to sell at some point during the season. The chest plate is the Carrack Type 2 from Legendary Engrams, and then the mark is the Moonfan mark from the Prophecy dungeon. Now as for the shaders, you want to use Abyssinian Gold on the helmet, boots and mark, Bloody Tooth on the arms, and Imperial Opulence on the chest plate. Now unfortunately Imperial Opulence is no longer obtainable, and then as for Abyssinian Gold and Bloody Tooth, these shaders can sometimes be sold in the Bright store. Now as well as this really awesome set, Dawson went ahead and recreated a scene from Reach. This reenactment of the scene is just incredible, and just like with the Master Chief set, you can see that they are really good at presenting their sets. So yeah, great job from both of you on recreating George, and let me know what you all think of their sets in the comments below. Then next we have two very interesting sets based off Arbiter. Now the reason why these sets look a bit different is because it's based off Arbiter from different Halo games. Broadswords on the left is based off the traditional look, and this can be seen from Halo 2, and then on the right we have Turbo Killings, which is based off the Arbiter look from Halo 5, giving a more gold appearance rather than a silver. Now I decided that both of these sets should be winning sets, as I felt they were both great in their own way. I didn't really want to pick a winner out of the two, as they are different representations of the same character, and I felt that these were both deserving of a winning spot. Now I'm going to firstly look over Broadswords, which was made on a female hunter. Now as for the pieces they used, the helmet here is the Celestial Nighthawk Exotic from World Drops, the arms are the Iron Forerunner grips from this season's Iron Banner, the chest and boots are from the Celestial set, which is in the Eververse archive, and the boots are the Nemian Strides from this season's Eververse. Now the shaders you want to use on the helmet is Iron Wood, and then on the rest of the set you want to use Mad Monk. Now unfortunately both of these shaders are no longer obtainable, but as you can see the reason why they used this shader was to get rid of the glow on the cloak and also the chest plate. It also gives more of that silver shine, which helps with the look overall, and they also paired this with some weapons and exotics, giving them a sort of purple and silver look, which helped make them look like Covenant weapons. And then they used the Lantern Shell to represent the Oracle. So overall this is a fantastic and really well thought out set. Now looking at the second winner from Turbo Killing, we have Arbiter from Halo 5. Now something I particularly love about this is that you made this on a Warlock, which I'd arguably say is the hardest to make a Halo based set for, and I just really love how you used the robes to replicate that full right arm with all the plates in, and then the left arm with a more minimal look. Now looking more at what they used, the helmet is the Omega Mechanos crown. Now this helmet is from the Eververse archive. The arms are the Lux gloves, which is also from the archive. The chest plate is the Praetorian ornament, which was from the Spire Stars raid. The boots are the Frost Reach boots ornament from the Dawning event. And then the bond is the Solstice bond rekindled from the Solstice event. Now as for shaders, you want to use Omnicronia on the whole set except from the bond. And then as for the bond, you want to use Boreal Char. Now unfortunately the Omnicronia bundle was removed from the Eververse. And then as for Boreal Char, this is a shader that can sometimes be sold in the Brighter store. So yeah, just let me know what you think of this set in the comments below. And now it's time to move on to the Sgt Johnson Set. Now I must say I was pleasantly surprised to see a Sgt Johnson Set, even using the Iron Remembrance casque to represent the cap that he wears. Now as for the pieces they used, like I mentioned, the helmet is the Iron Remembrance casque. Now unfortunately this was from a previous Iron Banner, so it's currently no longer obtainable. The arms are the Wild Hunt grasps from the Season of the Hunt. The chest plate is the Dead End Cure 2.1 from Legendary Engrams. The boots are the Nemian strides from this season's Eververse, and then the cloak is the Couturier cloak from the Season of the Splicer Eververse. Now as for the shaders, you want to use Dead Zone Foliage on the whole set except from the cloak, and then as for the cloak you want to use Iron Battalion. Now you can get Dead Zone Foliage from EDC packages, and as for Iron Battalion, this is unfortunately no longer obtainable, but as you can see from the shaders they used, they perfectly represented the colours of Sgt Johnson himself. The pieces you used as well very well represent that armor, so it's overall just a phenomenal look based off Sgt Johnson. Congratulations on making another incredible set, and now it's time to move on to some sets based off Cortana. So now looking at some of the Cortana sets from the submissions, so as you can see we have Broadsword, which made a Cortana set for the Hunter, Shrigma with a set for the Titan, and then Vanquish with a set for the Warlock. Now I did feel quite conflicted with these sets, as I felt that Broadsword nailed it with the armor, although Vanquish had some great character design, which I felt that if that was on Broadsword's set, then that would be the perfect Cortana look. But yeah, out of the three sets, I felt the Broadsword was definitely the best one. Now looking more into this set, the helmet is the Simulator Mask from Legendary Engrams, the arms are the Wild Hunt grasps from the Season of the Hunt, the chest plate is the Raiju's Harness exotic, the boots are the Errant Knights 1.0, which is also from Legendary Engrams, and then the cloak is the Lectus cloak from the Season of the Chosen Pass. Now the shade you want to use over the entire set is Dawning Festiveness, which is a shader from the Dawning event. Now they did state the reason why they used this cloak was to make it look like hair, and obviously the Simulator Mask can somewhat resemble a face, although I still feel that if you had the character appearance of Vanquish, then this would have worked much better rather than go with this helmet and cloak. But yeah, just let me know what you think of all these Cortana sets in the comments below. It is definitely one of the harder looks to pull off and something better suited for female hunters. But anyways, it's time to move on to the Jackal set. So here is a very interesting look of a Jackal from Chronix. Now as you can see when comparing this set to the reference image, it is really accurate in terms of armor and shadering, and I love what you did with the dinosaur pieces. Now looking at what they used, the helmet and the cloak like I just mentioned are from the Roboraptor set. Now this was from the Festival of the Lost event. The arms are the Inside Rover grips from Legendary Engrams. The chest plate is the Road Complex AA1, which is also from Engrams, and then the boots are the Steeplechase ornament from the Season of the Hunt pass. Now as for the shaders, you want to use 44 Steel on the helmet and cloak, Copper and Blood on the arms, and then Powder Blue on the chest and boots. Now 44 Steel is a shader which drops from Eververse Engrams and can sometimes be sold in the Brighter store. As for Copper and Blood, this was from the Forsaken expansion, and then Powder Blue is a shader which comes from Planetary drops. You've gone with various different pieces and shaders that really help create this Jackal look. I really love what you did with the other pieces with the checkered design on the arms to represent the scales. This is honestly just a perfect Jackal look, and congratulations Chronix on your winning set. Now getting into the final few sets, we had some very interesting ones based off the Flood, and the Flood is somewhat like Halo's version of zombies, and basically Turbo Killing and Mouse made their own sets with this sort of infected look, and I just think both of these these sets are deserving of winning spots. Now I firstly want to look at Turbo Killing's set, as I love how they executed this. So as you can see, they used the Flood Infected Spartan from Halo 4 as a reference, and in comparison I think they did an incredible job, and it was a really smart choice picking the Mask of Bacchus. The new Beastly Visage ornament definitely gives off the look of Flood. Now as for the pieces they used, the helmets like I just mentioned is the Mask of Bacchus with the Beastly Visage ornament, the arms are the Iron Fellowship grips from a previous Iron Banner, the chest plate is the Canis Luna vest from the Festival of the Lost, the boots are the Tangled Web strides from the Tangled Shore loot pool, and then the cloak is the Wild Hunt cloak from the Season of the Hunt. Now as for shaders, you want to use Desert Matte on the helmet, and then Safety First on the rest of the set. Now you can get Desert Matte from planetary drops, and as for Safety First, this can drop from Eververse engrams and can sometimes be sold in the Brighter store. So yeah, it's a whole different mix of armor pieces. I'll personally recommend though something else for the chest plate, maybe the Holdfast, to get more of that plated look, as it is meant to be a Spartan as well. But I mainly just love what they did with the helmet and also the arms, making the right arm a different colour and making it somewhat look infected. So yeah, there's a lot of creativity behind this, and it's just a really great job from Turbo Killing on this set. Now moving on to the other infected set, which was from Mouse. Now you could see that they're using the Antaeus Woods exotic, and if you didn't know, this exotic recently got a visual update, so the boots will now glow in orange. Now anyways, as for the other pieces they used, the helmet and chest are from the Camouflage set, which is from the Festival of the Lost, the arms are the Steeplechase ornaments from the Season of the Hunt pass, the boots are the Antaeus Woods exotic from World Drops, and then the mark is the Righteous mark, which Yahr is going to sell at some point during this season. Now as for the shader, you want to use Nougat Delight, which is a shader that's also from the Festival of the Lost event. But yeah, the reason why I like this look is because it shows the infection in a bit of a different way. So yeah, they're pretty much both the Flood Infected Spartan sets, a really interesting reference, and the outcome for both of these sets were phenomenal. So congratulations to you both on these sets and all the other amazing sets you made in the submissions. Now I do want to give some final honourable mentions of sets which are also really great. So we have the Ranger Elite from Turbo Killing, the Honor Guard from Mouse, the Halo Reach Elite from Dawson, and the Elite from the AI. And all of you submitted an incredible amount of sets into the submissions, so thank you for putting some extra time in to submit more than one set. I may do more Halo themed submissions in the future, as I know a lot of you really enjoyed making some Halo themed sets. But yeah, thank you to all of you which made it to the end of the video, and an extra thank you to all the YouTube members of this channel. I really appreciate all the additional support you all are providing, and like always, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video.